Hello, we're going to find the amplitude, period, horizontal shift, also known as phase shift, for y equals 3 cosine of 2x plus pi over 2. And there are two ways of uh, doing this, or at least the textbook textbooks show this in two different ways that are essentially the same, but there's a little bit of factoring with the second way, and I'll show you both. You decide which one you like better and follow that. Well, the way this problem right now is sitting in front of me, y equals 3 cosine of 2x plus pi over 2. And you can think of this also as a plus 0 for vertical shift at the end. This is of the format y equals to a cosine of bx plus c plus d. Now I understand that some textbooks use Greek alphabet, but it shouldn't make a difference. The alphabet used is just, some textbooks use omega, some textbooks use xi. Don't let that confuse you. Okay, so this one, the way it's sitting in front of us is 3 cosine of 2x plus pi over 2 has the format of a cosine of bx plus c plus d. If we want to work with this format, then amplitude is the absolute value of 3 equals to 3. If we want to use this format, then period equals to 2 pi over b equals 2 pi. B in this case right here is also 2, so the period is pi. And the horizontal shift is opposite of c over b. That's minus pi over 2 divided by 2. That gives me minus pi over 4. So once again, if you like to use this format, this is how you find the amplitude, the period, and horizontal shift. For this format, period equals 2 pi over b, and horizontal shift equals to opposite of c over b. So going to the next page, same problem. Let me show you another format. Y equals to 3 cosine of 2x plus pi over 2. In this format, we are going to go ahead and factor out the coefficient of x. What do I mean by that? So I get y equals 3 cosine of, factor the 2 out, so I have x plus pi over 4. Now this format is known as y equals to a cosine of some k, in this case 2x minus b. Okay, if you use this format, it doesn't make any difference for the amplitude. So amplitude equals to absolute value of 3 equals to 3. That didn't make any difference. However, to find the period, okay, if you use this format, period is going to be 2 pi divided by k, 2 pi divided by k. So 2 pi divided by 2, we get the same period, of course. And for horizontal shift, okay, the our horizontal shift is going to be the opposite, okay, is going to be the opposite of um, this. So minus, okay, minus in this case, actually, oh, minus, oops, sorry about that, minus R. So it's going to be opposite of this number right here. And of course, as you can see, we got the same number. Both of them are the same. To me, it really doesn't matter, but I know sometimes you get confused because you look in different places and you are thinking that things are not being consistent, but they are. It's just like that. You have to be careful because there are two different formats to find the amplitude, the period, and the horizontal shift. Let's do another example. Go to the other page and let's do something. How about y equals to minus 3 cosine of minus 2x plus pi over 2. Okay, so first I'm going to find everything without factoring the coefficient of x. However, since I know that cosine is an even function, I'm going to just get rid of this negative. How? I'm going to say that y equals to minus 3 cosine of minus, okay, uh, 2x minus pi over 2. And I know cosine is an even function. Cosine of minus theta is the same as cosine of theta. So I can replace that with y equals minus 3 cosine of 2x minus pi over 2. I'm using the fact that cosine is an even function. Okay, so amplitude here is absolute value of -3, that equals to 3. Period equals to 2 pi over b equals to 2 pi over 2, that equals to pi. And horizontal shift equals to opposite of c over b, that equals to minus pi over 2. So I'm going to just write it as pi over 2, the opposite of that. Over b is 2, and so that gives me a pi over 4. Just multiply top and bottom by 1/2. Okay, now let me do it the other way by just factoring out the coefficient of x. Go to the next page. Suppose if I start with y equals minus 3 cosine of minus 2x plus pi over 2. So this, now I'm going to go ahead and say this is the same as y equals to minus 3 cosine of, factoring out the -2. Then I have x minus pi over 4. So I know cosine of minus theta is the same as cosine of theta. Cosine is an even function. So now I have y equals to minus 3 cosine of twice x minus pi over 4. Now remember, I'm using now this format that this is going to be my k here. This is going to be my k here. Okay, so let's, okay, let me just write it here. That would be better. The format is y equals sum a cosine of k x minus b. Now that I'm using this format, I can claim that amplitude equals to absolute value of -3, that's 3. Period equals to 2 pi over k equals 2 pi over 2 equals to pi. And finally, phase shift or horizontal shift equals to the opposite of this number right here. So it's going to be pi over 4. I hope this video helped to clear out a little bit of confusion. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.